Hey, beautiful beauty besties. Happy Monday, my friends. Happy Monday. I hope Monday was wonderful for you today. I don't know if you can hear, but it is very soggy and wet here today. It's pretty much been raining since last night. It hasn't stopped. The forecast says it's not supposed to stop anytime soon. It's not pouring, but it's very wet. And we are starting to have some flooding issues in our trailer park. So let's hope for the best, friends. Let's hope for the best. So, guys, today is also day number... Shoot, is it 6? Is it day number 6 or day number 7? Or maybe it's day number 5. I'm not really sure what day of Halloween it is. Let's break out our advent calendar, but first we're going to read a card. I'm just all over the place. So, guys, this is a self-affirmation, like self-love affirmation card deck. So I will read us a card, and then on the other side of the card, there will be an exercise that you can do if you want that might help a little bit with some mental health. So let's read our card. Focusing on the gratitude helps me appreciate who I am. That's beautiful. And on the back, it has a little exercise. Spend 5 minutes each morning listing 3 things that you're grateful for. And I think that's a beautiful exercise, and I might start doing that. But guys, yeah, so that's our affirmation of the day. Now let's get into our advent of the day. Where did I put that? Oh, here it is. All right, guys, so this was our gift from beautiful Laura Miller. We are almost through it, unfortunately. So we're going to open up today and see what she says. Let's pull this out so I can open it up. There we go. We are... Oh, that was something hitting the roof. We are down here on day 27. Guys, I really debated coming on today because because the weather has been so bad. You guys know I have bad weather anxiety. But I'm being a trooper, and I said, you know what? The show must go on. Oh, she feels heavy, my friends. Oh, looks like we got some gemstones. Oh, these are beautiful. These are just beautiful, beautiful green gemstones. I'm not sure what they are. Maybe an agate. They're gorgeous. Wow. Thank you so much, Miss Laura. We've got some gemstones here. We've also got some garnets here. We've got quite a bit of gemstones in this collection. So I am so happy to have that. So these are rutilated quartz. And you know what's funny? I was actually, as I said, agate, I saw this guy, and he definitely has a rutilation in there. You see that rutile? And then after I said that, I thought, oh, sorry, guys. I thought to myself, that's probably a rutilated quartz. So those are gorgeous. Thank you so much, my beautiful friend. Oh, these are kind of, I just want to show, oh, here's another gemstone. Look how pretty they look together. Kind of mysterious, right? That's pretty. We'll have to see. Those are lovely. So guys, today we're going to be playing with the Jesse James Beads Magical Mystery Bead Box. It's actually, I think their September box. I think they're a little behind. Did I put the, okay, there it is. It doesn't matter what box it is, but it is their monster theme box, which I love. So let's bring that in. And I really haven't had a chance to do much. And I'm going to be honest with you. Oh, that's right. I made the Dracula earrings. And I think I did another pair of the popcorn earrings. Thank you so much, Susan. I appreciate that. So yeah, we've made some earrings with it, but I really haven't made a whole lot. So let's open her up. And remember, this is our creature feature. So we have these shell movie tile beads, and originally my thought process was to make just a whole bunch of earrings with them, and I still might do that, but we also have these mixes, and there's 5 mixes, my friends. JJB gave us lots of mixes to play with. Okay, and we also, this was a spacer strand, which I cut, so I just put them in this little container. And then we also have these, which I forget, I think these were, I'm not sure what they were. So let me put this over here. So this is what we have. Let me bring you down a little bit. That's up, Call. So we have our Dracula mix, and we did use a little bit, but I don't think we used enough that we can't make something else with this. We have our Wolfman. We have our creature from the Black Lagoon. I wasn't sure if it was black or blue. I had to look. We have our Frankenstein and we have our blob. So what I thought we could do today was make maybe a necklace, because we really haven't made a lot of necklaces in this journey. But I didn't know which one I wanted to do. So I figured, oh my goodness, you guys already know. We love shenanigans. We love having fun over here and just doing kooky stuff. So I got the bright idea to make this a mystery pick, right? Because I can't quite decide which one of these 5. So, my friends, what I'm going to do, and I'm going to put you back up a little bit so we can get all this in here. I'm going to put these into a shoebox. And this is one of the shoebox that I love to use. Please excuse any cat glitter that might be in there. So I'm going to put these in the shoebox. I'm going to put the lid like this. I cannot see inside of here, right? And I'm just swishing them around like so. I'm going to swish them around. I cannot see. I'm over top of it. I can't see. And I'm just swishing around like I'm swimming. And I'm going to pick one eventually after I'm done swishing them around, guys. I want to make it as fair as possible. All right. I've swished them around. Now I'll give them a little shake. Okay. We're going to go in and we're going to pick one. And this is the one that we're going to design with. How fun is that? Oh my goodness. Okay. She feels kind of heavy, so I don't think it's the Dracula one. But I have my hand over it. So let's put this down here. Oh, we got the Frankenstein. Okay, okay. So I'm kind of excited about the Frankenstein. One, because I didn't use any beads in this, so I know all the beads are here. And 2, I was thinking about this mix after I unboxed it. Hold on one second, guys. I'm just getting a bead mat. Here we go. When I unboxed this, it didn't really dawn on me that there these little beads in here. They're like cylinder beads. They actually are reminiscent of bolts. And when I first did this unboxing, I didn't see it. But then when somebody else did their unboxing, I saw it. I was like, oh my gosh, how did I not see before that these are bolts? I don't know, but here we are. So let's pull you guys. So now we're going to have to make a necklace that's up. Oh my goodness, you would think by now I would know directions. And there we go. So let's see what we have. I was thinking maybe we could pull 2 mixes and kind of join them together, but I don't know. Do you guys think that would be crazy? Do you think that would be crazy? I don't know. Let's see what we got here. So we got a lot of green and we got some black. We've got a bunch of cubes. So how can we make use of all these cubes? We have some of these like little zebra beads. We have these 2 huge bicones. Oh, I'm glad we kind of picked this. I thought these were so pretty. They feel like gemstones, so I think they're a gemstone of some kind. They might be glass, but I don't know. We have these 2 beautiful coins. We have these 2 like Tibetan beaded beads. We also have these pretty sparkly dudes, and then we have the bolts. Okay, so also, guys, we have some spacers too. So let's kind of pick out the more silver ones, because the gold ones we will save for a gold project. So let's sort just some of these real quick. We don't need them all, I'm sure, but we just have a nice little collection on hand, right? Getting rid of all the gold ones. Got some silver here. Some more. I don't want to use them all up, but I'm going to put some over here. We'll see. We'll see what we do. Okay, we'll put the rest in there. Put 2 more over there and then the rest in here. Okay, I'm happy with that. And if I really truly need to get more, I'll just go in here and get them. All right, so this is what we have. And also, my friends, wait, what is this? What did we say this was? I thought these were necklace extenders. Maybe we'll need one. I don't know. Oh no, that's right. It was chain with lobster claws. Okay. We might actually use this chain and a lobster. Okay. All right. We've got a lobster here. That one's in good shape, and we have some chain. And because we don't have a whole ton of beads, this chain will probably come in handy for that. But it's, yeah, no, I think that's good. Okay. And then also we have these tiles. Now, I wasn't going to, I was going to make earrings, like I said, but I think that, I guess I'll just get my cutters. I think that I'm only going to use one. So let me find one that's, I think is really pretty. I guess they're both kind of the same. I think we're just going to use one of those. And then we're going to put these to the side. So this way we know who we're honoring here. Okay, so here's our Frankenstein. So this will obviously be our focal. So what are we thinking? We have a bunch of cubes here. We can also bring in some smaller beads from the stash if we need to. What do we think about maybe doing like a little cluster dangle here with these cubes? And maybe we can bring in, I think I have some right over here on my desk actually. Hold on one second. These might be too small. We have some black seed beads here too. I don't know if we want to use those. I'm looking for some other little small black beads. Maybe we could do like a little dangle here. I'll look around for some smaller black beads, but that's kind of an idea here to make. Okay, so we'll do that. And then it has to be connected to something, friends, for it to work. Sorry, that's my chair. I'm just moving around because I don't know. Ooh, this is interesting. Look at this. Look at what we made here. We made like a little beaded bead. Look at that. Oh, never mind. Let's see. I want to save these for inside the necklace. I want to save all of these for inside the necklace. So what if we used... We could do something like this. Use one of these and kind of run our beads. That's an idea, right? I don't know if it's a good idea, but it's an idea. Oh, and maybe we could... Does this fit in there? Oh, look at that. We can put that inside of there. It's going to move around a little bit, but I think that's okay. Oh, look at that. I don't know if that's what we're going to do. I'm just playing around, friends. Okay, anyway. Time to get serious, friends. Time to get serious. Okay, I think we're going to do this. This is a go. We still have some more cubes. If we want to put more in here, that's fine. I don't want to make it too long. I think that's fine. Guess we could use this larger bicone. Oh, bless you. Or we can, if we wanted to. How are we going to attach that, though? I mean, I'm sure we'll be able to figure it out. I just don't know if I want to use that there or if I want to use these on the side. So maybe we'll do one of these coins. Or, hold on one second, because I do have some black coins, I think, in here. This is also JJB stuff, so I think technically... Oh, that's all red. Hold on. That's not the one I was looking for. I see it. Hold on one second. This is the leftover cup of stuff that we had to make for our Jack Skellington. And how many coins do we have? We only have 3 coins. I wasn't sure if I was going to make earrings with these coins, so I think we'll just use one of these hexagonic, whatever they are. Oh, it goes like this. And then we can just like start doing some stuff up here. So we can maybe do these or little bolts. We'll do a loop here, right? Then we'll do we'll connect our little bolts. We'll start our necklace. And then maybe we'll do... You know what we could do? We could also maybe hang some, we could maybe hang some cubes from the bolts, like right there. We can do a little cube flourish. And then what if do we want to do a gemstone here? That's kind of cool. Or I think they're gemstones. They might be glass. Can do those there. We want to do another. We want to do a little bit of a right there like that. And then maybe we can save these for earrings, possibly. Then we can do these green coins, right? And then I guess, can we do the silver ones? Yeah, I don't know about the silver ones. I think if we do the silver ones, we'll do them right there. And then maybe the bicones. Or maybe we do one of, okay, I know. So we'll do one of these, a silver in between. And guys, I think we're going to do all like wire wrapping. I don't think we're going to do bead stringing wire today, which I know I'm as shocked as you because that's kind of my go-to. I'm trying to see if I love this. We also have these. And I didn't use any of those spacers, but that is okay. That's okay. I'm just not sure about these big silver ones. I'm thinking I want to do more of that one. So maybe I won't make these. Maybe I won't make these earrings, or maybe we'll just have the earrings party with the other ones like I said we were going to do. I think that's going to be fun. Do we want to do bead stringing wire? I don't think so. I think we're just going to make links. And then whatever length, we can use this chain to make up the length. So I think that's a good idea. I'm kind of enjoying that. These, I'm not sure about. We'll put those over to the side. And we also have 2 more cubes. So I'm just thinking, we'll just put those to the side too. We also have some black seed beads if we need them. All right, guys, I'm going to be right back. I'm going to grab some materials and we're going to get down to this. Okay, friends, and we're back. And so from my stash, along with supplies, I decided I'm not going to use that bright silver chain because I feel like the bright silver doesn't really, you know, I brought in some gunmetal colored findings and we have these darker tones. So I figured the gunmetal chain would be perfect. And this is some chain that we have left over from one of our JJB projects. So we'll put that to the side. I think we are going to need it because this is not obviously going to be long enough to be a necklace. And I also found some just pretty little black rondelles. I believe these are like a 3mm black rondelle. So I brought some of those in to scatter into our pendant portion. So let's work on that first. So look at these little adorable, aren't they cute? I just want to burp them. They're just so adorable, little head pins. This is when Carl was not really, I didn't know what I was doing. Still don't, but anyway, yeah, and I bought a whole bag of these off the eBays, and I don't read sizes. I still sometimes don't read sizes. So we're just bending these back, and these head pins are so short that we are not even going to cut them. We're just going to go ahead and roll a simple loop, right? Just rolling a simple loop. Then we'll go back and we will break the neck on the simple loop, which will center that up. And that's pretty much what we have. So let's make those a couple times. So yeah, so I bought a whole bunch of these, but it's fine because guys, I figured out that they work really well with these smaller beads. So it's kind of a happy accident in a way. And I also, oh, I didn't show you everything. I just started right into the project, didn't I? Boy, I tell you, I wish I could be so enthusiastic about everything else in my life. We're also going to bring in some fun wire. Let me get these done first. I'll leave y'all in some anticipation. Now we're going to wrap we're going to put our little black rondelles on there, and then we're going to do the same thing. You could just bend it over with your fingers, but I like to use my tools because I have enough problems with my nails. I don't need to be breaking anymore. So I'm just going to cut just a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of that off. And then we're going to roll that guy too. Right. Then we're going to break that neck. And then center him up, right? That's what we got. All right, one more, friends, one more. Oh no. There we are. Okay. I kind of want to make necklaces with them all now, but I'm like, what am I going to do with the other, with the other movie poster? Like, I don't know. I still might do earrings with the other ones. I haven't decided, friends. I have not decided. But I'm kind of glad I pulled Frankie, old Frankenstein. My son's name is Frankie, so I think that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, so this is the last one. And then I'll show you the rest of our materials. There we go. So what I thought I would do is we're going to do 2 of these green on the outside for the first. We're going to do a cluster. We're just going to do a small little 3-row cluster. So for the first row, we're going to have the black inside and the green on the outside. The second row, we're going to have the green on the outside and the black, green on the inside, black on the outside. And in our third row, we're going to have the green on the outside and the black on the inside. And then that's all going to connect here. Now I want to show you, oh, did y'all hear that? That was like a branch, sorry guys, like hitting right over top of where I'm sitting. That's kind of scary. Oh my goodness. Calgon, take me away. So I found this artistic wire, this multicolor, and they're both in 20 gauge, but look, it's green, black, and silver. How perfect is that? So we are going to use these. But my question is, and I'm not 100% sure, if our 20 gauge wire, this one is closer. If our 20 gauge, and this is artistic wire, so it's not the German style, so it is a softer wire. I just don't know if the 20 gauge will fit inside of this Frankenstein guy. Let's find out, because sometimes the holes on these shell beads are a little bit smaller. I'm not sure. I don't even see the hole over there. Oh no, I hope is it drilled through? There it is. That's a little off center, isn't that? Let's check the other one out. Maybe the other one, I'm gonna have to cut the other one because that one is a little off center. I'm not trying to make it feel bad, but let's just cut up here. Oh my goodness, who knew that today's video, cutting the strand, would be the hardest thing I did? I feel like Jennifer Miller all of a sudden. She can't cut the strands either, my friends, but for a different reason. All right, so let's take this guy off because he's a little off center. Let's try this guy, see if he's a little... He's also a little off center. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I think I'm not going to let that bother me too much. Which one do I like better? This one goes on a little bit better, so I think we'll use that one. All right, so now we have to make our pendant portion first. So I think that's a good idea. So what are we going to do? All right, so what we're going to do is we are going to first treat this guy. So I'm going to get a piece of this wire about this big, however big that is. And then we're going to do a little straightening of the wire. And guys, I think since we have this wire, we might also make our own little clasp at the end. I think that will be fun. Just a simple little hook and eye clasp. Nothing crazy, guys. I'm not that fancy. All right, so now we're going to make a knotted head pin. So this guy has a little base to sit on. So we're going to take our pliers. We're going to go, guys, sorry, 1 second. Let me see if that helps any. It was looking a little dark. There we go. I don't know if that helps, but so we're going to make sure that our wire is not poking through, and then we're just going to start turning it on our tool. It's coming up a second time, and then we're going to keep turning. And then before it comes up a third time, we're just going to bend that wire up in front of where that's coming up. I don't know if you can see that. Our wire is coming here a third time, and then we push it up right there. We take it off the tool, and you'll have this little coil. And then I take this guy and feed him through my coil. And then you'll grab your nylon jaw pliers, and we want to butt that coil right up against that plier, right up against that nylon base. And then we are going to pull that loop, but we're not going to like jump start it. We're just going to pull it slowly and see how it just formed that little knot. And then I'll go across and I'll just straighten it out once or twice, right? Just making sure that that's good. And that's what we have. We have this little like knot shape here. And that's kind of fun with the different colored wires. And sometimes they look different. You can do different things to make your knots a little bit differently. I like how that knot is looking, so that's fine. Okay, and he's just going to sit. Oh, no, there's the fly. He's just going to sit right there, sir. This is not your season, Mr. Fly. What are you doing? And then I think we are going to put one of these rondelles on top, I think. You know, we do have another cube. Maybe we'll put a cube on top. But will that bring attention to the fact that this is crooked? We'll see. It kind of looks a little crooked, right? Oh, my goodness. That's all right. So I'm not going to use the cube, but I am going to use this. Oh, my light just fell over. Hold on one second. What is going on here? Sir, are you drunk? Do I need to start doing random tests in here? I don't know. Anyway, some random light tests. Pee in a cup, Mr. Light. I think you're doing stuff at night you shouldn't be doing. Anywho's, so we're going to take that. We're just going to put, because I want to protect this. I know it's a little off center. That's fine, guys. We're just going to move on. We're just going to move on. I'm going to make a small bend here. Doesn't matter what side. We don't want to fit too many wraps. That's good. All right. Then we're going to go ahead, turn a smaller loop here. Doesn't have to be huge. Bring that behind. And then we're going to center. Guys, I don't do my best work with softer wire. I don't know why. But I probably should have cut myself a bigger piece as well. Okay. I'm just going to chunky wrap it back up. Maybe if I could cover some of that silver with the green. I thought that might be cool. Where are my other pliers? That's fine. We'll just use these. There we go. That's cool wire. Now, if you wanted to take it to the back and do our little back behind the scenes trick, you could, but I'm not going to do that. It's fine. It's fine. But what I do want to do is just kind of put this guy down a little bit. There we go. There we go. All right, and that's about as good as that's going to get. So let's put that down, and now we will grab our jump rings. So I did bring in some 4mm. All right, Kyle. I'm bringing in some 4mm jump rings there. Oh, the wrong one. And then I also have some 5mm jump rings that I'm going to be using in the middle. So let me just pick a couple gunmetal ones out. Excuse the cat hair that's in there. Y'all, we got cats. It's okay. It's not like it's a random cat hair. And I know it came from at least one of 5 options. I'm going to take 4 out just in case. I don't know if that's how many I need. Maybe. I don't know. All right. So the first thing I'm going to do is, am I going to attach, let's see. Yeah, I think I'm going to attach a jump ring here. I usually do that. All right, so we want to attach a 4mm jump ring here. I guess that's fine. So we're just going to go ahead and open that. Attach him there. Okay. And now we are going to, I guess we're not going to use those then, huh? Oh yeah, that's right. We were going to use them up here, weren't we? Okay. Never mind, guys. Sorry. I knew I was going to use them somewhere. So let's grab our 5mm jump rings. All right. So we're going to put our pendant on. And then we're going to put on a black one in the inside and a green one on the outside. Then we're going to move over here. Black one on the inside and a green one on the outside. Okay. And then we're just going to close that. me get a different plier. That one keeps sticking on me. And then I'm just going to take, this is just a random head pin that I'm just going to put through there so we don't lose our place. Okay, then we're going to open our next jump ring. We're going to pick this guy up, and then we're going to take this jump ring and kind of put it through there. Oops. It helps if you don't drop it. Okay. We're going to pick up our next jump ring, and we're going to try this again. Putting it through here so it hooks into that other jump ring, and then you can just let that pin kind of fall out. So in this one, we're doing a green cube on the inside. And then a black rondelle on the outside. Excuse me, guys. Sorry about that. I had my hands full. I couldn't pause. Green on the inside. Black on the outside. And we're going to close this guy. Making sure he is thoroughly closed, right? Oh, no. Look what we done. Friends, we dropped it. That sucks. So when that happens, I kind of hold it upside down. Give it a little shake. Okay, this is our link here. And then we just have to make sure this guy goes over here, that everybody's in their place. Wait, hold on. Black on this. Which black one goes on this outside? Okay, that's you, sir. Seat yourself accordingly. And now we also have to look and see. Here's the tricky part. We have to look and see if we can find that seam. There it is. Okay, and just double make sure that that guy is closed. Okay. All right, let's put our head pin back in. Lay it down gently. Then we'll start our last little cluster. All right. Pick that up. Looks like, let's see, give it a little shake. Yeah, everybody's where they're supposed to be. Gonna hook that in there, right? And then we're just gonna pull that out. And then for this one, we got a black on the inside and a green on the outside. And that's just going to give us a little diversity in our cluster, right? It's going to just sprinkle all the black and the green out kind of evenly. And I just thought that was needed. I thought if we just did the green cubes, that might be a little boring. Okay. Gosh, I keep doing that. Oh, I think I just got my finger too, guys. Oh my goodness, that's not good. Not bleeding yet, but it might start. Okay, let's find your seam. These are 18 gauge stainless steel jump rings, so sometimes they're a little. Still not bleeding, guys. I think we're okay. All right, that's fine. I think it's closed. I think we pretty much closed it. Okay, so I'm gonna stick this where that goes, and then we're going to put that down. Yeah, we're good. And so now we got to make our next portion. So then we got to figure out what are we going to do with this guy. So I think we're just going to put him, we're going to make, let's grab another piece of this wire. I'm going to grab a little bit bigger piece because I feel like I cut myself short on the last one. And I'm just straightening this out off camera real quick, just because sometimes when I straighten on camera I hit the camera. We don't want that. All right, so basically we are going to make about right there, we're gonna make a wrapped loop. Oh my goodness. Okay, not that big, doesn't have to be huge. Okay, I love that the loop is with the green wire. That's pretty cool. But before I take this off of the tool, let's go ahead and line that up. I mean, before I make the wrap, I'm going to take it off the tool. I'm going to open it. like that. And then I'm going to insert bring it down right through there, shimmy it on down. There we go. And then we're going to close this loop, right? We're going to grab it here, right at the little, okay, and then we're just going to wrap. We'll just take it slow, talking to myself. There we go. Just a couple little wraps in there, maybe one more. Make it messy. There we go. I made myself like a little platform there, and I will straighten this out in a second. It got a little, got a little crooked, and that's okay. And we also have to remember that our pendant is not exactly centered as well, so. Okay, so I'm just going to come over here and just make this part a little nicer. I'm going to get in there, Carl. There we go. Hold on one second, friends. And just straighten this loop out. Okay, so okay, there we go. So now we're going to drop our this guy on, whatever shape that is. Why does this seem so dark all of a sudden? My goodness, I don't know. And then up here, straighten that out a little bit. That's cute, that little dangle portion. I liked how that came out. That's really cute. So up here, so I think that will be the back, that will be the front. Okay, I'm going to make another bend. And we're going to go the opposite way of this bend. So this bend is facing us. So we want this one to go, this loop to go away from us. So there, and then we're going to bend, creating just a little bit of space for wraps. I am going to make this a little bit bigger of a loop because we are going to be connecting some stuff there. So we're going to choke up on our plier a little bit up towards the top. And I love, again, that green wire is up there showing. I think that's super cool. All right. It's a little bit egg-shaped, but we can fix that. All right. Let's move this down the plier just a little bit more. Kind of get that nice and centered. And that's looking pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap. All right. And then I'm probably going to wrap up again since the color is changing. I kind of want that green in there. Right, so we're going to wrap back up to the top, making that a super, super chunky wrap with all the colors, my friends, all of the colors. Okay, let's straighten this loop out a little bit here. Going to give him a little work harden. So that's what that guy looks like. What is the front and the back? So this is the front. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab my pliers. I'm going to grab my pendant here, and I'm just going to bring this back a little bit so we can cut back here, and then this way when we tuck in, we won't see it in the front. Right, it'll be back here in the back, hopefully. Okay, there we go. So we have our pendant portion. There's our pendant portion. That is super cute. I love how that came out. So we'll put that to the side. That is super fun. And now, my friends, what are we going to do now? So now I'm trying to figure out, do I want to connect these? I'm going to do this side. You know what, guys? I'm just going to move this stuff over. I will do that side after we do this side. First, we have to figure out what exactly are we doing. Let's put some of these jump rings away. We don't need all of these jump rings, just a couple. so I'm going to move the jump rings over here. That's the bigger jump ring. All right, so now we have to figure out what we're doing here. So obviously we're going to attach this here. I'm just trying to see, I think I'm going to use, I think I'm just going to do wrap loops for everything. So let's go ahead and cut a piece of wire. I'm going to cut a large piece of wire. And then we're just going to work off of now because we're doing wrap loops. I don't know. A lot of times when I do simple loops, I'll just cut a large piece of wire and just work off of that one piece of wire. I'm just straightening it out, friends. Let me just do that off camera real quick. Straightening this wire. Okay, here we go. I cut myself a rather large piece of wire, and I'm going to cut this large piece of wire into smaller pieces of wire. So let's just cut that piece for this. So I kind of wanted to make messy wraps, but I also don't want to waste a lot of wire. So I don't know if we're going to do messy wraps, but we'll see. So we're going to go about right here. I'm going to make that loop. Oh no. See, that's not enough. That's not enough wire to make a messy wrap, is it? You know what? I'm going to put this piece aside. Apparently we need a longer piece. Or we need to start our loop down closer to the bottom. Which one of these pieces is longer? This one is. Well, then by all means, let's do it. So let's bring our... Okay. Give ourselves a little bit more wire. Still not that much, but that's okay. We'll make it work. Okay, and just like the other ones, we're going to open that up. And we are going to insert that in there, possibly. There we go. And then we're going to close it. I should be probably using my bail making pliers, so this way we can make the same size loops, but we're just going to play it by ear. And then we're just going to do some wraps. I'm going to do like 3 wraps, so this way we can separate, you know. We can separate that a little bit. Now, because these wraps aren't perfect, that's okay. You can just bring your tool down here, squeeze them down like that. If your wraps are not close enough together, right, that's just a good way to fix them. Okay. How many wraps is that over here? Looks like 2. Do we want to do one more because the green is showing? I don't know. Yeah, let's just go with 2. That's fine. It's kind of 3. Okay. And now we're just going to push this one down a little bit. There we go. And then we're going to put one of these little bolts on. Oh, look, I have plenty of room. There's plenty of room, Carl. All right, that's fine. Now, here's where I have a question. Put some of these tools to the side. So, I want to connect some dangles here, right? I want to have some little dangles here, but I don't know if I want to put them on jump rings or if I want to put one on a jump ring and just one on the loop and one on a jump ring, because I want them to be staggered, right? I want one to be a little bit. So let's see what that looks like. So let's go ahead and we're going to make our bend right here. And I'm not going to make that loop quite as big. I just made that loop a little bit bigger there because it's connected to the focal. But I don't think the rest of our loops are going to be as big. Okay. So about right there. Bring that over. And then before we connect it, let's take that off the tool. Oh, straighten it if you must. Oh, that's our round nose pliers. Okay, so let's insert one, and then the other one would be on a jump ring. Let's see. I think I do like that. I think we're just going to put the one on the loop. Okay, I'm going to close that loop. We're going to hold all this together. And we can fix the loop orientation in a minute. That's fine. Okay, and now we're going to wrap. Oh no. Hopefully I know that looks kind of not the neatest wrap, so I guess that's not bad. Okay, and now we want our loops going in the same direction, so let's go ahead and fix that. Okay. Just going to put our loops in our pliers and then just fix that orientation. And then we're going to cut this guy. And then we'll go back and put the other dangle on the jump ring. But I just want to get these links done first, you know, because this is going to take a little bit of time. There we go. All right, so now what we have to make sure, though, is that that dangle stays on that side of our next link. So what was our next link? I think it was this guy, right? Perfect. So do we want to use this smaller piece of wire? I might use it for those. I can also... You know what, guys? We can also just do, we don't have to do wrapped. We can just do wrapped for the first couple. Maybe we'll just do this one, because this is 20 gauge wire, so I don't mind to do simple loops. So let's do this one as a simple loop. I think that would be fun. And then we'll do this one as a wrap loop, and then we'll do the rest as simple loops. I think that's a good idea. So let's go about here. Right. And then we're just going to go ahead and turn that till we get this little funky shape P. Then I'm going to come in here, right there in the crooks, and I'm just going to rock that back. And that's going to center our little eye pin. All right, then we're just going to open that up. And then we're going to make sure this dangle stays on the outside, right? There we go. Now we'll close it. And then we'll attach our little gemstone guy. Do we want to do... Let me just bring this in real quick. Do we want to do an in-between rondelles? I think that's going to add too much length because we have 2 more dangles coming up. So I think I'm just going to do, it by itself. Okay. And that, again, I want these loops going in the same direction. So we are going to bend that wire in the same direction. Right over, right there. And then we're just going to bend, bend, bend. And then we'll cut ourselves right here. Right there. Looks good. And then we will roll that. Oops. Okay. And then we'll go ahead and break that neck. And center up that loop. Not the best loop, but that's okay. Sorry, guys, if we are not focusing. Maybe I should bring you guys down just a little bit. How about that? Maybe that's better. Okay, so that's what we have there. Okay, we're going to lay our work down gently. Make sure we're not twisting up. Make sure that's where that's supposed to be. And it is. Perfect, perfect. And then we're going to do this guy. So again, I think we're going to do a wrap loop on this end. And this piece should be big enough. Oh, right there. Sorry. Right over. And I'm just going to go ahead and wrap while I have it on here because I can open up I can open this up and put it on. I don't have to wrap it directly, right? So now we're just going to go ahead and do some little finger wrappings in here, right? Oops. Again, I'm not great with this really soft wire. I'm just not the best. That is not the best wrapping there. So you know what? I'm going to take my pliers and scooch everybody up. And then I might just make one more wrap. I don't know. Oh, wrong pliers, Kyle. Let's see here. There we go. Now I'm just going to cut there. Yeah, that's not the best, but that's okay. I'm just going to kind of push this up. I might have just ruined that. Did I ruin it? No. Okay. That's a little better. That's a little better. I think that'll be fine. All right, and then we're going to put this guy on. All right. That is not great looking, is it? I don't know. Do we want to keep it? Oh, you guys, this is why I waste so much wire. I'm just not happy with anything. We'll put these two aside. We might use them for scraps. I'm going to get a new piece here. I just didn't love how that looked, you know? If you don't love something, friends, you know, you can try to fake it all you want, but if you don't love something, then you just don't love it. That's, you know, and it's okay. It's okay to be okay with not loving something. It's fine. Apparently I have to wrap like this. I just can't wrap the other way. See, that's a little better. That's a little better. Okay, I'm happy with that. Please focus. Much better, friends, much better. Sometimes you just have to sacrifice a little bit of wire to make the wrap of your dreams. It's just the way it goes, friends. Just the way it goes. Okay. Push that in a little bit. All right. Now we're gonna put this guy on there, and then we're gonna do the same thing on this end. Again, we don't need a whole lot of wraps here. About maybe right there. And then we're going to do our wrapped loop here, but we are going to we are only going to not going to wrap it quite yet. Are those loops the same size? Centering that up. Okay, take that off the tool, and then we're going to insert one of these guys, one of our little cubes. Of course, I didn't open the loop, did I? I didn't. There we go. Sneak him in there. And then we're just going to go ahead and wrap this guy. Cube, can you excuse me? Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's salvage that wrap a little bit. Again, we're going to push that down a little bit. And then, hold on one second. There we go. And cut there. All right. And now we're going to open this guy up. And we're going to insert this guy. All right, guys. Look how cute. All right. That's how that goes. So that's one of our dangles. There's the other one of our dangles. And then we're going to do this guy. So I'm actually going to probably do, oh, guys, a wire just went, hold on a second. Just literally just went down my shirt. I don't, sir, you have to buy me a drink first, okay? I'm not that kind of girl. Just saying. Maybe back in college, but we're not there anymore. Okay. So anyway, we are going to do just a simple loop here, right? Taking our pliers, we're just going to go about right there. Okay. Making that funky P. Might have been a little big. That's okay. That's all right. Yeah. That's why we have cutters, friends. We just cut that one off. Let's go a little bit smaller down here. That's better. Because also sometimes the smaller your loops are, the safer they are, right? Makes them just a little bit harder to undo when they're just a little bit shorter. All right, put our coin on. And I'm actually going to go ahead and not attach it yet, because sometimes it's just easier. It's just easier to do it this way and attach it afterwards. Right. Right, just bending down. And we're going to cut about. Looks good. And then we're going to roll. Rolling, rolling. And we're going to go break the necky. Boom, bam. That's a good one, friends. That was a good one. I like that one. And again, we're going to go ahead. This is why I kind of like to make them first and then, oh my gosh, my light knocked my light down again. And then put them together. So this way we can go ahead and make all of these loops going in the right direction. All right, so let's do that with these. These we'll put to the side. All right, do we have any more scraps? No, so I have to cut another piece. Okay, that's fine. So this is what I was talking about. I will show you guys what I will sometimes do. I'm just making this a little, and then we're gonna cut. Okay, so what I will do is I will stick my bead on while it's on the spool, like so. And then I'll take my pliers and we'll just do what we always do, right? See, about right there. Making sure it's not peeking out. We'll just turn our loop. Okay, take our pliers. Right there. Break our neck. Shush our bead down here. And then, let's see this way. I will go ahead and put my plier in there. Right? And do my bendy bendy. Bendy bendy. And then we'll cut. I will sometimes do that off the spool. Sometimes. Sometimes I just cut a big long piece of wire. Oh, look at that loop, friends. Now I'll show you what I do the other times, because I don't really do the spool thing a whole lot. I do it sometimes. Oh, sorry. If I don't mind holding the spool. But other times I'll just cut one piece of wire, and it's kind of the same thing as the spool method. Right? We'll just cut one piece of wire. Straighten that out. Make a flush. Make a flushy. This way is a little bit easier. Put your bead on if you want. You don't have to. You can put it on afterwards. It doesn't matter. Whatever's comfortable to you, do that. Okay. I might have overturned that one a little bit. Goodness, call. That's all right. And so in this case, I'm just going to break, I'm going to take it down here and break the neck. Okay. That's terrible. Look at that, friends. See, you're seeing all of my mistakes today. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's try one more time, shall we? Okay, right there. Do not overturn. It's a little baby loop, but that's good. Okay, break the neck. There we go. Slide our bead on. All right, and then we'll go ahead. Why am I struggling with my tools today, friends? Maybe I'll just use the black pliers instead of just go with one plier today. I don't know. We'll cut that. Not right there. Since the other loop is small, let's keep them relatively in the same neighborhood. That's gone a little crooked. That will happen sometimes with me in smaller beads when I'm doing this. I don't know. But we can fix it. We'll just break the neck. Bring her back to life. And then we'll do the plier trick and make sure that her loops are going the same way. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, and then I'll pick this wire back up. Flushy, flushy. I'll leave you with some of the dulcet tones of the raindrops hitting my roof right now. It's actually starting to slow down. finally. It's supposed to rain though all day. It's not supposed to stop. It is slowing down a little bit, but it's supposed to rain all day tomorrow. I think it's supposed to stop around maybe 7 o'clock tomorrow. But then we're getting rain again tomorrow overnight. So that went sideways. Did y'all see that? That's okay. We can fix it. So it's pretty much just, we're just going to, I need to get an ark or something. I don't know. We're just about to float away out here. But guys, did you see? I feel so bad. It's so much worse out there in the world. Did you guys see Hurricane Melissa? She was supposed to make landfall today. She probably already did. I haven't seen anything, but she was supposed to make landfall over Jamaica, and I feel so bad because they were saying like she's a category 5, and which is catastrophic. She's a category 5 hurricane. Just bad, scary things, friends. I pray that everybody over there fares well. I hope that they are following the the evacuation policies, and they're being safe, because this is the type of hurricane that will cause a lot of damage and loss of life if you are not, if you're not doing what you're supposed to do. So I pray that everybody is okay. I worry too about, like, I always worry about the dogs, like the dogs, because I know in Jamaica, I've never been to Jamaica, but I know I've seen like pictures and stuff, and I've seen like dogs. They have like a lot, like, I don't know if they're stray dogs, but I always see like dogs running around. I always feel bad. And a lot of these island countries that have like, just random dogs on the street, like, I always feel terrible. Like, what are these animals gonna do? Like, people, I don't know. I don't want to sound like callous, because I care about people too, of course. But like, people help other people before animals most of the time. So if there's a situation, obviously most people are going to save people over animals. I'm kind of the opposite, and I'm okay to say it. But I don't know. It really depends, friends. It really depends. But I don't know if I want to save everybody. I want to save the people and the animals. I just want to save everybody. But I always worry about the animals, that they're not going to get enough, like, hopefully there's people over there that are to help the animals, because there's people to help the people, but is there anybody to help the animals? That's what I'm trying to say. Not so eloquently, by the way. All right, so here we go. Let's start connecting, okay? I've said enough, friends. I've said enough. Probably lost 25 viewers. I hope not, because then we can't have our 2,000 subscriber party. So, you guys, that's going to be so much fun. I don't know when we're having that. I think we're probably going to have that sometime in November or December, because, guys, I have a lot going on in November, so we might actually hold that until December. I have to get with Chrissy. We were talking about that the other day, I think, and I don't know. We have like stash camp. We have a bunch of lives this month. Some things I wanted to do, of course. I'm gonna put it this side. I like this little green shot of green here. But when we do have it, friends, it's going to be great. We're going to have lots of prizes. I'm going to have so many friends here. We're just going to have a great time. It's going to be fun. We'll have games. I don't know about games, but we're going to have fun, friends. That's for sure. All right. So we are here at the end, and we're going to have to measure this. Thank God we're at the end. I feel like we've been doing this for 10 hours now. I'm sorry if this is a longer video. I know some of you folks do like the longer videos, but But guys, when we do design on the fly, right, it's always going to be, I think, a little bit longer. So let's see what we have here. So this is our focal. So we're going to measure this here. We might want to add something else. I don't know. Okay, so that's about not quite 6 inches. Let's see what else we have. We do have 2 more cubes, and we also have these guys, right? But you know what, guys? I do have this chain, and I think I do want to use this chain. So, okay, that sounds great. All right, let's attach our other dangles real quick. And then I will go off and do the other side, and then we'll put our chain on. And I will bid y'all adieu. Adieu-do. A doody-doot-doot. Okay, that's enough, Kyle. All right, so I'm going to put this one on a jump ring. And then we're going to find where this guy is. And then I'm actually going to put this guy below. Right, so there's the guy without the jump ring. We're going to put this guy here. And then we're going to see how that looks. Then we'll have one that just dangles down a little bit, but I don't know if that dangles down enough. Well, let me try a bigger jump ring and see if I like that better. I think this one's a little bigger. Let's see. Just a little bit. See what we think about this guy. Okay. Put him on there. And then we're going to put him underneath. And he's going to go under this guy. Oops. Same side, just underneath. Okay. Don't lose that, Carl. One of my cats just came in here and just brushed up against my leg. I think it's Gemma. Who is it? Oh, it's Princess. It's the mother queen. Princess is the mother of the babies. Okay, let's see. How do we like that? I don't know. Let's put the rest of the necklace together and then we'll decide. We'll decide if we like those. I think they look cute there. I don't know. All right, friends, we'll be right back. Okay, friends, and look how cute our Frankie necklace is. I love it. I think it's so cute. I do want to show you what I did here, guys. I did do a little something different. So I put one of these cubes in each section on a 5mm jump ring, and then I took a 5mm jump ring and I put that cube on, and then I put the other cube on and just put it there. So this way they're hanging together, but they're a little bit, because one is on a jump ring, so they're a little bit scattered, not scattered. Oh my gosh, guys. Oh, don't do that. My goodness, Kyle. I don't know what the word I'm looking for. Staggered, my friends. They're a little bit staggered. That's the word. Okay, so this is about 12 inches long. So I've cut a piece of chain, and this is not quite 8 inches long. And I figure instead of cutting it in the middle and having it come around, I think we're just going to leave it in one piece. And we're going to attach it to this side, and then we'll have this come around. So I'm pretty sure that we can just open up this guy and attach him right to this loop here. Right. Pretty sure that will be okay, because I was looking the way that this chain is designed. So I think, was it this way? No, I think it was this way. Let's see if we can get that in there. See if that'll hang good. I think that's fine. So we'll just close this back down. Okay, so we have that chain connected right to that. Let me just hold it up, make sure. Oh yeah, that's going to be great. Okay, let's move some tools. All right, guys, so I am going to fashion real quick. It's going to be very simple. We're going to fashion a hook and eye for our necklace. So this bottom portion, we're gonna fashion the hook. No, the eye. We're gonna do the eye first. So basically, we're gonna take this piece of, we're gonna bend it about. Here, and then we're gonna make a small loop. And this is the loop that's going to attach to whatever we're attaching it to. So we're gonna do about right there, right? A little small loop. Gosh, I am so bad with this soft wire. I've already, look how crooked that went. I'm not a fan, friends. I'm just not a fan. All right, let me cut another piece because I messed that one all up. Because it doesn't move the way I like it to move. All right, let's go ahead and try this again. Let's do this end here. Let's flush that silver part. All right, try this again, friends. We're going to make a small little loop here. About right there. There we go. That's better. You have to like really kind of put pressure there. All right. And then we are going to go ahead and I'm just going to take my tool, since this is the softer wire, and I'm just going to do just a couple wraps in here. Okay. That's looking good. Let's go ahead and take that off the tool and cut that. Now I'm thinking about putting a small bead here. Oh, that's just so ugly. Look at that. Look at that. So ugly. All right, friends. Let's just get this together. We'll put this on the, and I'm just going to spin it here because just to make that loop a little bit more loopy. And then go ahead. No, this one. Go ahead and close this guy down. Okay. So now I'm thinking about putting a bead on here. What bead do we want to put on here, Kyle? I think I did have another cube. Hold on, guys. I do have another cube. Where is that little dish that had all the beads in it? Somewhere. Oh, I put something on top of it. There it is. So I actually do have another cube. So let's put a cube in here. What do you think about that? Or is that going to add too much length? No, I'm going to go for it, friends. I'm just going to go for it. Okay, I'm going to come in here, and I'm actually going to use these pliers because I don't want a huge bend. And those other pliers make really big bends. So I'm going to come down here. And now for this portion, I'm going to make this loop just a little bit bigger. And come about there. Put our wire over and spin our tool. And then bring that over here like so. Oh man, look at that. There we go. I'm going to hold this here. And I am going to wire wrap. I'm going to hold this right about here, actually. Sorry, these pliers don't want to open. They keep getting stuck. Okay, there we go. All right, and we're going to come back here and clip that. Put a little hook in there by accident. Don't cut your loop, Carl. Oh no, can't get in there. There we go. Oh, I thought I had it. Take this off camera real quick so I can close this little end down. All right, so we want to make sure that this, it's not the best looking little, but we're gonna just go with it, guys. We're just gonna go with it. Oh my god, these pliers, I can't stand them anymore. They used to be my favorite, but now they just won't open. My god, they keep sticking and messing everything up. I don't know if I love that. Let's see. It's just a basic little, it's fine. We're just going to go with it. It doesn't have to be perfect. They just like, they hardly, look at this. They open. These don't open. But I love that little taperedness. Oh my God, that's just a mess, isn't it? It just looks like a mess. But we're going to go because this video is so damn long right now. All right, guys. So now we're going to make our hook. And how do we make that hook? Okay, I know. So we're going to put a bend and a loop like we did on the other one. About right there. And then this loop is what's going to connect it to our chain or our work or whatever we're doing. We don't need a huge loop. That's good. Okay. Put it over and around. We're going to bring it back over here. And then we're going to grab these pliers. And we're just going to do a couple wraps, hopefully. Okay. This is really pretty wire, but guys, like I said, it's like super soft. This is why I don't use craft wire too much. And I know a lot of you guys do prefer the craft wire versus the German style, but I don't know. I love the German style wire. It's just, for me, it's just so much easier to work with than this softer wire. But I think it holds its loops better and things. Okay, that's good. All right, so do we want to put a bead here? I don't know. I guess maybe we can put one of these little, maybe we can put one of these roundels here. And now I have to kind of figure out how long do I want my hook to be. So this is kind of a long piece of wire, right? So, you know what? You know what we'll do? We'll make our bend first and then we'll do all the rest. So I'm going to use my bail making pliers. And what I'm going to do is, first, let's see. Let's attach this and see how everything is going to hang. So that's attached to that. And then where are we going to attach the, so maybe we'll attach this to that. And do we want to use a jump ring? I did bring jump rings out because I thought maybe we might want to use a jump ring for these parts. I don't know. Maybe I should have just attached that right to there. You know, guys, I think I'm going to redo this. I know we've been here for a while, but I really didn't like this, how this came out anyway. So I think we're going to redo that. And I think what we're going to do is, instead of making it like double wraps, I think we're just going to do, I'll show you. I think we're just going to do a simple loop here. We can make it just a little bit like in the middle there. That's about good. Okay. Just going to do a simple loop here. And then we're going to do, I don't know if this is going to work. Let's see. See what I'm doing here. So if I do this, right, and then do a bendy bend, okay? So we have that. And then we're going to do a loop here, a little bit bigger loop. This will be the loop that connects our hook, okay? And then we're going to take that, center that up, and then fill in the spaces here with wraps instead of a bead. That's fine. I think that'll work out. Okay. Making sure that these are going in the same direction. All right, I like that. I like that better, actually. Okay. It was a little wonky. It was a little wonky with the bead there. Make sure we're getting a good cut on that. All right. And then just let's carefully. There Okay, so now this guy, we'll just open him up and attach him to here. All right, so let's see how that's gonna lay. So that's gonna go boop, 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 down like this. Oh, look, that's perfect because our loop is facing how we want it. Okay, so now we're gonna do this loop portion. And do I wanna keep, yeah, that's fine because this opens up. So we'll attach this from here. Okay, so we're gonna want our loop to go this way. All right, our hook. So now we have to figure out, do we want to put the cube on here? No, that might be too much. Put the cube away, Kyle. Kyle just wants to use the cube. But I think I am going to put a bead here. Okay, I think I am going to do that. All right. So our hook's going to go this way. Okay. So let's see, about how big do we want our hook? Let's go, let's do about here. I'm going to leave a little bit of space in here. Am I? You know what? I'm not, guys. I'm not going to leave any space in there, actually. So let's take it down to this guy. So we're going to do this guy, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to do 4. Are we going to do 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's right. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to bend, or do we want to do the one up? I don't necessarily want to do the biggest one, but I don't know if this one's going to be too small. Oh my God, my cats are losing their mind out there. You hear them running around? Let's do this one. Let's just go ahead. Let's just go for it. And we're going to turn our hook over like that. Okay. And then we are going to cut it somewhere. Sarah, you go back on here, please. Well, maybe we don't want this guy. You know what? Maybe we want to turn, do we want to turn our loop? Maybe we'll just work harden it. I think that sounds good. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to cut about right there. And then I'm going to take my pliers here and I'm going to just turn a little loop up here. Down at the very end of my pliers. At the very end, Kyle. There we go. And we're just going to kind of turn a little small baby loop up here. Okay. And then we kind of just as a decorative touch. So that's what we have. Now guys, I did bring out my block. Oh, I forgot my hammer. I think it's because I couldn't find it. Hold on 1 second. Where is my hammer? Bobo, did you steal my hammer? Where is my hammer, you guys? Well, shoot. All I have is this hammer. I just have this hammer, and I don't want to use that hammer. I have 2 little work hardening hammers, but I can't find them. Okay. Well, that's really odd for them both to be missing. Okay, well, I guess we'll just, here's our block. I don't want to, do we even like that hook? It's kind of a big hook, isn't it? I don't know, friends. I'm not the best hook maker. You know what? I know what we'll do. Let's cut that. And then make another loop. That's so weird. Oh, guys, I see it. Hold on. I put it in the wrong spot. Oh, I found it. Thank goodness. Because I was like, I don't know what we're going to do with that. Oh, that's right. Where did I do with those pliers I just had? Okay. These are just a little bit of a thinner mandrel. So I'm just going to use these guys to turn my little loop here. Okay. Just the smallest little tiny flourishy loop there. Okay, there we go. And I think that's looking a little better, just a little better. I got this little dude here that's sticking up. Apparently, I didn't quite get him. There we go. That's better. All right, so that's a little baby hook, isn't it? Oh my God, it's so cute. Okay. All right, so let's bring in our little hook and do some work hardening. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm so sorry. All right, I'm going to make even more noise here. So if you're sensitive to noise, then you can go ahead and mute, and I'll let you know when you can unmute. I'm just going to work harden this a little bit. Flippity over the other side. Guys, I don't love this hook. I'm not the best at making these. I don't think it's the best hook. I think we should double it. I think that's what we should do. Let me just try something. I'll be right back. Okay, friends, we're back. Sorry, I just wanted to try something. It's been a really long time. I used to make this kind of hook a lot before, and it's been a long time since I made one. So I wanted to try and make sure that I could still make it. And I'm not sure if I can or not. It didn't come out that great, but we'll see. So I'm going to take my my round nose pliers. I'm going to find about the center of this wire. It doesn't have to be perfect. And I'm going to bring this wire down across those pliers. So kind of making this bend here. You can push it together with your fingers. But what I find really helps is using your nylon jaw pliers. So you can get that as close as you can. Bring your nylon jaw pliers in here and hold this here, and you can kind of squeeze and close that, right? We're just going to close that loop. And I like to use these because they won't mess up your wire. Right, and you can kind of go down sort of and squeezing. So we want to bring those together, and we want them parallel next to each other. So let's go ahead and just do little squeezes here, making sure that wire is nice and next to each other. Okay, and that's about, I think, as good as we're going to get it. Looking good there. Okay, so now we have this. And I am going to grab this tool again, and I think we're going to go on this hook. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to go on 4. About right there. We don't want it too long. We don't want it too short. I think that's going to be good. Maybe just a little tiny bit longer. And then we're going to bend that over the mandrel. And that might have been a little too long. That's okay. We can actually reposition and do that again. That's fine. Make that just a little, not quite such a distance in there, right? Not quite such a distance. And I'm just kind of trying to bring these wires back together because they got a little out of shape. Okay, there we go. And now down here, what we're going to do is, and this is the part that goes a little wonky for me a lot of times. We're going to take these wires down here. About right where this hook is right there. Okay, and then I always forget, wait, do we bend them? Because we want our hook to go this way, but we don't want to cross those wires. So let's just bend it up this way. So that's kind of what we have. And then we're going to take our round nose pliers, if we can find them, and stick them. So we have this kind of like number 2. So we're going to stick them right in here, in that number 2, and we're going to bring our wire Sorry guys, I'm off camera. We're going to bring our wire around and then kind of reposition our hand. So we're making this little loop here. And then once we get that to where we like it, we're just going to take it, and I'm going to keep it on the tool as I take these around just one time. It's going to be, just push them down a little bit. Maybe take this off the tool and wrap it. Let me hold it with here. I just don't want these little loops to separate. It's basically, we just need this wire to go around one time to just keep it together. So I'm just going to use some leverage here. There we go. And then we're going to come over here and cut those. And try to push them over just a little bit more. There we go. Make sure we're cutting the right ones. You can cut them together or one at a time. I think I'm going to cut them one at a time. Okay, that's one. That's two. Let's see what we did. Okay. So I'm going to take, no, I'm not going to take those. I'm going to take these and kind of just, not squish them, but we want to kind of close them so they're not sticking out. Maybe we'll use these pliers, friends. Oh no, I didn't cut very well, did I? Look at that. We don't want to cut too much, but we also, no, I think we're just better off doing that. So I'm going to take these and just kind of squish them and do a little turn and squish. And I think that should really get our wires down. There we go. All right. Not sticking up anywhere. Okay. So now we have this guy, and I just can't see him. Okay, we got him. All right, so there's our loop, and then there's our little thing. And because we doubled it up, we don't have to work hard in it. So I'm just going to go ahead and take my round nose pliers, and then we're going to go about right here, right? See that little, if we'll focus, sorry guys if we're not focusing, and then we'll just take that little edge and just tip it up a little, right? Just to give us a little hook. Should we round it all the way up? I'm not sure, why not? Okay, there we go. So there's our little hook. It's not the best, but it's what I did. It's how I made it. Now I think we are going to need a jump ring to, oh no, that's right. We said we can. So let's see how this bead goes. So it's going to go sideways, so that's not going to work. So we are going to need a little jump ring here, and that's fine. And then guys, I promise I will let you go. I know that was a whole lot there, what we just did. Just because I'm really not great at making those things. So I need to learn. I need to learn how to do wire. I truly do. Oh, you know what, guys? There we go. Because it's just not my, it's not my jam. I'll learn though. I have so many friends and people that I watch that make beautiful wire jewelry. I just need to start paying attention. That's all. Right? That's all. Okay, friends, so let's see what we got. Let's pull you up just a little bit. Oh my gosh, and knocked the phone right out of the holder, Kyle. Way to go. Sorry about that. All right, so I'm going to take this off screen so I can just put it in its little clasp and see what we're looking at. Oh, that's cute. So I'm just going to go ahead and just push this down a little bit more. This little hook. There we go. So there's our little, there's our Blue Light Special, oh my gosh, I got to bring you down again because the focus. There's our little Blue Light Special hook and clasp. Friends, that is a Kmart Blue Light Special. But I do like the colored wire, so that's okay. All right. Let's go ahead and lay this guy out so you guys can see our Frankenstein necklace is all done. Bring you up. Look how beautiful she is. It's hard to see. Maybe I should put it on a bust. I don't know. Give me 1 second. All right, friends. And we put her on this palette because the bust wasn't really working. So there she is. Miss America. There's our beautiful pendant. Hopefully we can focus. There we go. Oh, sorry. Oh my God. I'm just on the struggle bus today with this phone. There's our beautiful pendant. And then we have our dangles. They look so cute. Get our dangles. And then the rest of our necklace. There's our little hook. So yeah, guys. Let me know in the comments if you sat through this whole video. Which if you did, you are the real MVP. Because this video was definitely a design on the fly struggle bus. But we got through it, friends. We got through it. Didn't we? I think so. So anyway, there's our Frankie necklace. I can't get too much in here with this board. We'll just lay it on the mat again. There it is. There she is. Just so pretty. I love how this came out. Right? I love how this came out. All right, guys. Okay. Trying to, there we go. So I can bring you back down again. Ready? Here we go. There it is. There's our necklace, as much as I can show it. It's so awkward, right, friends? So I hope you guys enjoyed that. And I will see you. I don't know what we're making tomorrow. Hopefully it's not design on the fly, because guys, it's a design on the fly is just, it's making me feel like I'm not a great jewelry maker, because I keep, you know, I don't know, making mistakes and all kinds of stuff. There's our little hook, just goes right in there. Look at that. And then gravity, when you're wearing it, will hold it down, I suppose. Oh my gosh, this is what I'm talking about. I need to go before I break something. All right, friends. That's about as good as it's going to get. Tomorrow is Tuesday. We will be back with something fun, I'm sure. Until then, my friends. Keep planting your magical beans. I have to go. This video is going to be 2 hours long if I don't stop. I hope to see you guys tomorrow. I hope you all come back and visit me again. Keep planting your magical beans, my friends, and just have the best day ever. It is 3 o'clock in the morning. Can you tell? I think Carl's ready to hit the sheets. Bye, guys.